Hey, this is Chris Allingham with the Virtual Weber Bullet. Today's a very exciting day. I've been publishing TVWB for 10 years now, but today, August 10th, 2008, is probably the most exciting day. And why is that? Because today I get to show you for the first time the new 22-inch Smokey Mountain Cooker for 2009. Let me tell you a little bit about how this happened. Back in July, I got an email from Weber Public Relations asking if they could send me one of these cookers so I could try it out and give them feedback on it. Of course, I said I'd be happy to do that. So yesterday the cooker arrived by FedEx, and today I'm going to open it up and show you what's inside. I have not seen what's inside this package yet, so you and I are going to explore it together for the first time. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to show you some comparisons between the various bits and pieces of this larger cooker and the existing Smokey Mountain Cooker, and then I'm going to take it out in the backyard over the next couple weeks, and I'm going to cook up a bunch of different things so that I can tell Weber what I think about this product. So let me get my knife and we'll cut this bad boy open and see what's in here. Well, a couple of things that I noticed right off the bat as I open up the box is that the two cooking grates and the charcoal grate are right here at the top of the box. And as you know, on the current Smokey Mountain Cooker, these things are packed at the bottom of the box, so that's interesting. And right here on top we have the charcoal grate, which looks really identical in construction to the current charcoal grate, except you will notice they have closed the gap here on the edge where the charcoals fall through. So that's a nice improvement on the charcoal grate. Below that we have the two cooking grates. The first one is the bottom cooking grate. This is shipped upside down. So here it is right side up. It has the same two cross members to provide additional support. And again we have a bar right across the very edge here, which gives you good coverage all the way to the edge of this grate for your food product. And then below this we have the top cooking grate. And this looks very much like, I imagine this is probably identical to the current 22.5-inch kettle grate. I'm not exactly sure since I don't own that cooker, but my guess is it's a very similar construction. It looks really like a larger version of the Smokey Mountain Cooker grate. Has the same handles, has the same construction details here around the handle with the opening as well, with a single support member across the middle. Now, something else I notice here at the top of the box before we get too much further in here is that you notice there's this different sort of packing material here at the top. The current smoker has kind of a flat piece of cardboard that's stamped to create this opening. Here they have sort of a sprayed paper material that's being used for packing, which is very interesting. There's also some support members in the corner of the box. These are L-shaped, very rigid pieces of cardboard that are slid into the four corners of this box, which I think are going to really help a lot with protecting the corners of this box. That's probably a very great idea. Going to help prevent some of the crushing that perhaps occurs during shipment on this packaging. Okay, so continuing on, we have sort of a X-cross piece here that looks like it helps support the cooking grates above the rest of the packaging below. So I'll take this out. Just two pieces of cardboard. Next we have some kind of an accessory box. I imagine that we probably have grate straps and legs and other hardware in this box. I'll set this aside. Now there's another white box in here. I'm going to take this paper off the top first. So now you begin to see that here's the middle cooking section exposed for the first time. And inside the middle cooking section we have another white cardboard box, sort of looks like a hat box almost. This is taped shut. Let's take a look at what's in here. So in this box we have a very large version of our charcoal chamber, the trusty charcoal chamber. And I see at the very bottom here we have a water pan, a very large water pan. It looks to be of really similar design and construction to the current water pan, except it is really, really big. And it does have a much more pronounced lip on the edge of the pan than the current pan has. We'll see how that engages with the middle cooking section later. That is quite a big pan. And finally, inside here we have what looks like an ash pan, perhaps similar to what you see underneath existing 22-inch kettles. So that's interesting. I don't know how that's going to work yet, but we'll take a look at that later when we put this together. Might also double as a satellite TV antenna, I don't know. Okay, now for a moment I'm going to go off the tripod, so hang on with me here. I hope you don't get too motion sick. I'm going to show you a little bit about what's inside the bottom of the box here before I take this out. We're looking inside the middle cooking section. As I mentioned, this is quite a large middle cooking section. What you're looking at here is the inside of the door. The door is wrapped in plastic and it is in place on the outside of the cooker. It's located in the corner of the box, so it's shipped in place, but it's shipped in a location where it's not going to get smashed in because it's right in the void in the corner of the box. And if we come around to this side, you can see that there's a big black handle on the outside of this thing, and rather than a round knob, it appears to be more of a handle shape, something you would grab a hold of. Right now it's in a vertical position. I'll get a clear shot of this when it's outside of the box, but that tells me that it looks like there's an attempt here to provide us with a more obvious setting for when this door is closed, so that's interesting. Down the bottom here, what you're looking at is, it looks like this is the bottom bowl here. So there's a damper, 1, 2, and 3. So down here in the bottom of the box they've packed the bowls. So we've got the top, the bottom is first, and then underneath that should be the top lid. So let me get some of this out of here and show this to you. So here's the middle cooking section. Here's that door I was talking about. Let me take the plastic off this door and give you a little closer shot of this. So here's the door with the plastic unwrapped. You can see it has a very large handle. Vertical position is the locked position, and then turning either to the left or to the right locks the door, and you can remove it. It's really the same construction as the current door, but it has some very interesting details here at the bottom which I don't quite understand yet, and I'll have to maybe break down and look at the manual here to see what this is. But you see there's some very interesting and intricate cutting here of the into this door. In fact, there's even a little bit of a return, kind of a tab that comes back toward the inside. I have some wild notions about what that might be, but I don't know for sure, so I'll take a look at the manual and see what it says. It's kind of tricky to get in here. You sort of wedge it in, and then it goes up, and then it locks in place. This particular door does have a couple little gaps at the edge, and I would treat this like any other Smokey Mountain Cooker door. I would probably tweak it a little bit for fit. It's the very same aluminum construction. It has the very same stamping. It has the very same H pattern stamped into it. So it's a really similar design to the current door, only much larger, obviously.